Whoa. Hi, Moji. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you
Feels
doing?
good to hear from you today, man. Finally, I get to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
So what's up? What's going on?
Well, nothing much. I'm good. It's a weekend. I'm just enjoying the good weather and looking forward to talking about my song here.
Yeah, talking about the greatest. But before I go into that, I would like to meet you first.
hmm
I know you're Nigerian, but what part of Nigeria are you from?
So, what part of Nigeria am I from? I'm from Oyo State. My dad is from Oyo State. My mom is from Akwa Ibom. So, I'm mixed up
You're,
both
you're
sides.
part of a boat.
Yeah.
I like that. So how long have you been doing music for?
Doing music, I've been in the choir since I was younger. I've been singing since I was a very young age. So let me say since the age of 5 or 6, I've been singing.
Okay.
But I did not really start recording songs until 2014.
And that automatically happens to be your the first single, right?
Yeah, sort of. I've done other songs, but the production was not really as good as this one.
You sound more of the 90s. You're such an old school, right? You love the whole school.
I would say when you hear my song, you kind of get an idea of the people I listen to, some of the people I listen to. So some people hear the song and they say Taylor Swift, they think of Taylor Swift. Some people hear the song, think of Beyonce. So there is a mix of the kind of music I listen to when you hear that. But I do have some Afrobeats music that I'm working on. So I'm sure that will change everything. So I'm not just a one type of music kind of person. So I switch it up.
Okay, talking about Afrobeat, I feel that you should not wait for so long before you actually put that out because Afrobeat is top of the game right now, and everybody seems to be doing Afrobeat. And I believe because of where you are, also
Mhm.
you will definitely make a headway with Afrobeat. You're a pole dancer, you're an artist, and what other things do you do?
And well, 9 to 5, I'm an employment consultant, so I work like a 9 to 5 job, as well as my pole dancing. When I get home, I have classes, pole dance classes. So I go to a dance studio and I learn. So I've been go 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 because for my mental health, I need dance. Dance is a form of therapy. Like if you really understand what dance is like, there's cardio, there is you're present when you're dancing because you're not thinking about a problem, you're not thinking about anything, you're just moving, feeling the song, feeling
That's
the
true.
vibes.
That's true.
It is like therapy for me. So after work I go straight to my dance classes. Sometimes we have stretching classes, I stretch and I feel good doing all of those things. And then there are days when I have an idea for a song and I go ahead, I record the tune, I start writing, and I call my producer and say, I have this idea, I want to do this song. And then that's how I did The Greatest. So every single day I get ideas for songs. Like sometimes I just hear a tune in my head, I'm like, it sounds good. And then I put some lyrics to it, I make a chorus, I record on my phone. Like if you check my phone right now, you'll see I have a lot of recordings, songs that I've not even developed, just half written songs. So I'm hoping to fully get them done soon.
So you create your own dance step to your songs?
Uh, so right now I've not done any dance to my song yet, but it's something I'm hoping to do soon. But
Great.
I've had a couple of pole dancing stage performance. So the studio I go to, sometimes they organize performance at a big theater and people pay to watch. So I've done a couple of performances that I choreographed myself. And I've done
Okay.
some that my teachers choreographed for me. So I don't think that would be a problem if I have to.
Okay, so let's talk about the greatest because
hmm
there's no sitting down here without talking about the greatest.
Yes, yes, yes.
For every time I listen to that song, I just feel like this song is powerful and it's personal, right?
hmm
Where exactly were you coming from?
So where I was coming from is, so if you look at the world today,
Yeah.
especially here where I am in Canada, there is a lot of mental health related struggles. Like people struggle mentally because, especially new immigrants, when you come here to Canada, it's kind of difficult to settle in, to learn new things, because you have to relearn things. You cannot think the way you were thinking back in Nigeria. You have certain
That's
new
true.
ways of thinking. So it's easy to fall into depression and have mental health struggles. So the song The Greatest, it's mostly was inspired for women, but then I'm hoping that men can also relate to it. So it's more of a song that puts a positive message in your head. So what I find is that those lyrics, who is the greatest? I am the greatest. Who is the strongest? I am the strongest. When you hear the song, it registers in your head. Every single person I played that song for, they start to sing it or they whistle the song. So that's the point, to get that message in your mind. So kind
Wow.
of like reprogramming the mind. But how I got inspiration for that song was from my dance studio.
Okay.
So we have a couple of girls at the pole dance studio. They're different people with different body shapes, different body sizes, and we all have our strengths. So there are girls
True.
who are stronger, they can do certain moves. If you really know pole dancing, like people look at pole dancing from the stripper side, but it's not all that. There's a sports part that you need a lot of strength. You need to be able to grip on the pole. You need flexibility. There are certain things that your body has to be able to do. If not, you will get injured. So there
True.
are girls who are good at the flexible side. There are girls who are strong. For me, my area is the strength part. I'm good at those sides. So there was a point where there are certain moves that some girls can do, and then other girls will feel bad that, oh, I couldn't do it. I'm not as flexible as those. So instead of having that mindset, there was a point where I just started to have that song in my head. I heard the tune, and then the song, the lyrics came in. Who is the greatest? I'm the greatest. Who is the strongest? I'm the strongest. Who is the wisest? I'm the wisest. We are all great in our different ways. So the
I like that.
message is, I can be the greatest. I can be the strongest. You can also be the greatest. You can be the
Sure.
strongest. And we are all great in our different ways. That is the message of the song.
So, who is your favorite Nigerian artist at the moment? Or who do you
Right.
listen to?
Oh, okay. I have a couple of favorite Nigerian artists. One is Niniola. I performed to her song. I did a pole showcase to her song "All Eyes on Me."
And I noticed that she raised some fire bar for you on the comment section.
Yes, yes, she shared it. She shared it on her story. It was so amazing to see that she saw
Okay.
it. Yeah, so I love Niniola. I love Yemi Alade. I love
One
Ira
minute.
Star. I love Dija. Let me think. Those are my top ones for now. But Ira Star, I love. Big love. She's amazing. And Niniola, yeah.
Are, are you are you the girl power
Oh yeah,
type? You didn't
yes.
mention any. You didn't mention any male artists.
Oh, I thought you were asking for my female
No,
artist. The ones
no,
I
no, no,
love.
no. I only asked who are your favorite artists at the moment. So you only mentioned the female.
Oh, so for the male, I like Davido. I like his music. I like Rema. I like what's his name? I like I like most Afrobeat songs. I like most male Afro. Like they always, sometimes they release some songs where I'm like, this is fire. This song is fire. So I like basically all of them.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
are the challenges for you making music in Canada and now that you're not in Nigeria?
Yeah, the challenge is making music in Canada. Back home in Nigeria, it's easier making music. That's what I find. You can easily find a producer or someone who does it like in their home and they can help you. But here in Canada, it's quite expensive. Most people will not just give their services. They want you to like pay a lot for to produce the songs. Back home, it's way cheaper than it is in Canada. And also finding the right person. So I'm gonna do Afrobeat song. I need someone that is good with Afrobeat. So I need to find someone that a producer that I can explain this is how I want the song to be like, and they give me what I want. I know there's a community out there that I can talk to and consult, and they will connect me with someone that is good with Afrobeat music. But right now I haven't gotten that connection yet. So other challenges of producing music here in Canada, another thing would be the fact that I have a full-time job. So at times I don't have the energy. So it's not as easy as it would have been.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me how is it with the transitioning from Nigeria to Canada back then? How were you able to make that happen?
The transitioning from Nigeria to Canada, it was not easy. So I've been in Canada for 7 years, and there have been a lot of challenges. So I came as a student, and as a student, I could not really do music because I had to focus on school, getting my grades, and after school, I had to focus on getting my parents' residence. So that was a whole lot. I recorded a song after I graduated, but it was not properly done. The title of the song is called Forever. I did the
Okay.
song. It sounds like a country music because the person that helped me produce the song, the person listens to country music. So when you hear the song, you can hear the country music in it. But it's totally different from what I had in mind when I was
Okay.
talking to the producer. So how I transitioned, uh, it was the grace of God because I faced a lot of challenges having to get my parents' residence to stay here. It's not easy, and with time, Canada keeps making it more difficult for people who come as international students to get their status and stay in Canada. So I've had to move several times to different places from the city where I came. I've had to move for jobs, look for because not every job will give you the points to qualify for permanent residence. So I had to find the right job, move, change different cities. Sometimes I was here by myself. I didn't have anybody. I had to make decisions by myself. I've had health crises, health challenges, and I still had to work because if I don't work, I had no family here. So I had to
Wow.
show up for myself daily, every day, and be strong. It is not easy, and I'm hoping that someday I can give back to immigrants, new immigrants that are here, because there were certain times I had people that helped me during my journey. So I'm hoping that I can be able to encourage other people that come here as new immigrants. So now that I have my permanent residence, I decided to start focusing on music because it has been a goal. I've been pushing music forward and forward. I was like, next year, next 2 years, and now I have my PR. So why not do it now?
Wow. I like that. So, as a preacher's daughter, I know you might be wondering how I get to hear that.
Yeah,
As a preacher's daughter, how come you don't really concentrate on maybe 100% gospel music?
gospel music. So I would say, well, as a preacher's daughter, how come I don't concentrate on mainly gospel music? So when I was younger, I loved gospel music. I loved Christian music. I still do like Christian music.
I wanted to ask you now by saying what changed.
Not, nothing actually changed. Actually, for me, the songs I write are songs that I'm inspired to write from my life experience, things that I see. They are mostly inspirational songs based on life. So there's a song I have, it's called Eagle. It's not a Christian song, but it's a song that talks about how look at me where I am now. People don't know the strength that I have. I'm going to be someone better. People will see me and celebrate me. So songs talking about where I'm in life, what I want to achieve, songs talking about like empowerment music. That's what I write. So it's based on what I'm inspired to write. So I did not create my inspiration. So I get the inspiration and I write based on my life experience. So it has nothing to really do with gospel music. I think we have enough gospel musicians out there. And if I do get the inspiration to write a gospel music, I will go ahead to do it.
So how do you tap your inspiration exactly? Are you the type that you need to be lonely, or you need to vibe to a particular instrumental before you start putting your lines and words or lyrics together?
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, any other option, you tell me.
So the way I get my inspiration, I find one of it is it depends on what songs I've been listening to around that time.
Okay.
Those songs influence me, and then it also depends on where I am in life, what's the struggles I'm going through, what some of the challenges, some of the things that have happened, because I'm someone who believes in self-development. Sometimes I journal, I write things, I learn from everything that happens to me. So those things show in my music. So another thing I wanted to say is, I don't know if there are people, I heard there are people like that. Sometimes I hear tunes in my head. I hear sounds in my head. Even there are times when I sleep and I hear songs in my dreams that I've never heard before. Like
Wow.
those songs they don't exist, But in my dream, I'm hearing the song on the radio, the instruments, the lyrics, everything. Sometimes I wake up, I can remember the chorus, but I cannot remember the whole song. And sometimes I
Wow.
record them. So what I do is when I hear a tune like that, that sounds good, I take up my phone and I record. So that's how I recorded the greatest. I first of all had the chorus playing in my head. Tell me who is the greatest? I am the greatest. Who is the strongest? I am the strongest. Who is the wisest? I am the wisest. We're all great in our different ways. When I heard it in my head, I took my phone and then I just recorded it. And I started to develop the other parts of the song. So that's how music comes to me. I hear a sound in my head and I'm like, oh, this sounds good. And then I record. Sometimes I have no lyrics, just the sound, just the tune,
Wow.
the melody
Wow.
rather. And then I put lyrics to it.
Okay. So do you see yourself as an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm a mix of both. And
You believe in both?
I'm a mix of
Oh,
both
okay.
of those, yeah. So as I get older, some people say that I don't seem like an introvert. I find that I keep hearing that, but when I was younger, a lot of people would easily say I am an introvert. But I would say I have my moments. There are times
Okay.
when, yeah, there are times when I like to, I'm not ashamed to perform. If there's a performance, if there's an opportunity to do a public speaking, I will say yes. So I would say I'm a mix of both.
So what's next? What's next after the greatest?
What is next after the greatest? So I'm
And are we expecting
work.
a video? Are we expecting a video? Are we expecting a video for that record? As far as I'm concerned, for every time I listen to that song, I've asked you two questions already, but I'll come back and probably
Yeah,
rephrase. So
yeah.
for every time I listen to the greatest, I usually have a picture of Muhammad Ali in my head,
Mm,
and
mm,
I have a frame of Muhammad Ali, and that has that same title. And in my head, I used to think maybe it must have been an inspiration from there, or maybe someone is actually going through that rough path at that particular time. From what you
mhm,
said so far, I think I get where you actually got the message from. But are
mhm.
we expecting a video for the greatest?
Yes, we are, but I am amazed at the fact that you said Muhammad Ali. I never even knew that that statement, the greatest, was associated with Muhammad Ali because I actually do boxing as well. I take boxing
Oh,
classes.
really?
Yes, I do. And I'm
Oh,
working on, I know it's funny, for self-defense, actually. I'm
it's
taking
good.
boxing for self-defense. Yes. And so I'm working on a music video, and there's a boxing scene. We already recorded the boxing scene
Wow.
part, me and where I was in the boxing ring. So there is a music video coming up showing my boxing side, showing, yeah, I will share it. You'll see it. So we're working on that.
I can't wait to see that.
Yes, I'm excited too.
So do we expect, should we be expecting an album, and what's your plan for a full body of work?
An album. For an album, we will see. First of all, like I'm working on it because to make an album here, one has to think of finances because I'm not signed up with a record label yet.
A level, yeah.
Yeah, so I have to think of finances, how to go about it. I'm working on I know here in Canada there are some projects that the government has made available where they can fund your music projects, but you have to make a proposal and send to them. So I'm trying to look into that and see if there's a way I can get to that funding. We'll see because it's pretty competitive. So we'll see how that one goes. But for now, I'm just gonna release the songs like just individually. I'm just gonna release singles and see how it goes. So the next song I'm working on, it's an Afrobeat music. It's a love song. So I have the idea in my head. I already have the chorus recorded. So it's more of anytime I think of the song, it reminds me of Yemi Alade's style. So if I'm doing a video, it will be more of like a village girl dancing with her three girls and more of a village love, a girl who is in love, like she's a lover girl, she's in the village and she's so in love she wants to tell everybody about it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on. I have the song, the idea, I have the chorus, some of the melody, and we'll see how it goes.
Talking about love and love and love. You mentioned love song, and it just took me to this next question, and I must ask you, who's that special someone out there?
Special someone? Special
Everyone,
someone.
everyone, everyone, everyone needs someone, you know.
Right now, I'm still waiting on God to send the special someone, because I would say being here, dating life. I think dating life in Canada is different from back home, because here it's not. Well, I need to put myself out there, go for events and things like that. But
Yeah,
the men here are built. They're built differently.
yeah.
It's different. So I'm still waiting on God to send a special person. We'll see how it goes.
I like that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So there's a whole lot happening back home, and there's no
Yeah.
way I want to talk to my fellow Nigerian sister without mentioning this. I know you must have heard because it's all over the internet
Yeah.
how the government don't want Nigerians to protest on October 1st. Permit me to quickly bring this, just talk about it a little bit. What is your take about all of the things that is happening currently in Nigeria?
All of the things happening in Nigeria. So I would say that for me, a lot of things happen in Nigeria that when I look at it, I try to stay away from the media just for my mental health. So
Okay,
like sometimes I take social media breaks, Instagram breaks,
I
just so
like
that
that.
I don't worry too much. Because sometimes if you're not in the situation, you don't know exactly how it's happening, and you might worry more
True.
than the people that are even there. So for me, I would say Nigerian government need to do better. Like Nigeria is a great nation. We have a lot of talented people. Even in Afrobeat music, we are changing the game in music. We are
Exactly.
like setting the trend. So I believe that we have enough people in Nigeria. Like we have the talent, and the government needs to do things right. It's not just the government, it starts with everyone, because corruption is everywhere. It's not just with the government. So individually, everybody has to do their best to ensure that we change the economy, we change the country, we ensure that everything is working. Like we are like let's do our job like someone is watching, like God is watching you. Like have a
That's
conscience
true.
when you are doing your
True.
work. Yeah.
That's true. Let's come back to the music a bit, and I have these questions to ask you. Who would you like to work with? Talking about featured song collaborations
Mhm.
and stuff.
Who I would like to work with, talking about featured song and collaboration. One person is Ira Star, because
Okay.
I love her energy. She's someone I would like to work with. And another person would be Rihanna. I know Rihanna does not sing anymore, but I have a vision board I made in 2023, and I have a picture of
Wow.
myself and Rihanna working together. But she's retired from music, so I guess I have to remove that part from my vision board. So yeah, Iris Star. Who else would I like to work with? Davido.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
let me see again. Rema. Rema is someone who Rema. I find Rema very talented. So that is one person I would like to learn from his inspiration and how he does
Wow.
his stuff.
You don't want to tell me you don't love Burna Boy.
Oh yeah, I love Burna Boy, but I don't know if Burna Boy will have the patience for my personality. I
Are
totally
you
love
serious?
Burna Boy, yeah, but I feel like Burna Boy will feel like maybe no, I don't think he will have patience for me.
Okay. Okay. All right. We may not just have so much time, but is there any shout out you would like to give? And I know you have some other things to do today, so don't let me, take much of your time. But would you like to give shout out to one or two people? Is there one or two people you like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, so I would like to give a shout out to so many people. So John, Mr. John, I used to call him John the producer, Mr. John Adinya. John, I would
That's
like to
JD
give
Hype,
yeah,
y'all.
I would like to give a shout out to him. Thank you for organizing this, and also
Okay.
yourself. Thank you so much for making the time and for being here to interview me. I'm hoping that someday this will turn into a very big experience where you would say, "Oh, I interviewed her. I actually gave her the first
Yeah,
interview."
definitely.
I'm hoping that will come, and thank you so much for making the time. And who again? To my producer, he's not on here, that produced my song, The Greatest. I also want to give a shout out to him for helping me bring the song to life. And yeah, I think those are to my father, my mother, and to my post studio, my dance teachers for helping me find the badass side of me when I'm dancing, helping me transform myself from the introverted person to the badass dancer. Yeah, so those are the people I like to give a shout out to.
I must tell you, please keep the music coming, man. I heard your music for the first time talking about greatest, and I stumbled on Spotify. I thought I would see collections of different songs because you don't sound like someone who's just dropping the first record, as far as I'm concerned, since it's the only one song I have on Spotify. So I heard it, and I must tell you, keep the fire blazing, man. You're doing amazing good. But if you trust me, man, we have your support, and for every time you have good new music, please stop by to, send it forward to us, and we'll see how we can show more love and support you the best way we can. Talking about producer, do you think you have to work with someone over there before you can actually make a very good music out there? I thought there could be a way your producer here in Nigeria can send beats down to you, and you guys make things happen.
You know, I just thought about that recently. I was talking about that with John, where I think it's easier and it's less expensive. So
So
I reached out to someone who I know that plays the guitar, like the person I've worked with him in the past. Well, he's not a producer, but I will work with John and find someone because I just realized it's actually possible for the Afrobeat music I want to do. It's something I should be able to do. It will be way better. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me that.
it just came to my mind now, and I felt I should share it with you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Moji. And your stage name or the name you'd love to be called as an artist is Moji, right?
Yes, yes, that's my artist name. That's also my
Your real
middle
name,
name, Mojirade.
Moji Lade.
Mojirade,
Moji
Mojirade.
Lade.
Yes.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining us live here.
Thank
And
you.
maybe in the next few days, you definitely get a copy of this, and I'll let you know as soon as possible. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Moji.
amazing. Thank you for having me as well.
Thank you. All right.
All
Bye
right,
for
have a
now.
great day. All right,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
Low-key, all of them don't notice. I'm not joking, all my guys, them know me. Since '06, I've been writing this story. I know be yours.